Lewis Hamilton is back, and he is back to win his record-extending 8th Drivers' Championship title. Following the catastrophic events of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix at the Yas Marina circuit, in which Lewis Hamilton faced heartbreak, being denied the record under contentious circumstances. In today's video, we will be discussing Lewis Hamilton's definitive return to the Mercedes team and other F1 news. Stay tuned. Hamilton back in public eye. Hamilton, the record 7-time champion, has issued an aggressive statement of self-assertion when speaking about his intent for his return to the Formula One circuit this year. Ever since he was denied the World Championship title and he went under the radar of sorts, with rumors swirling around that he might retire, he was speaking publicly for the first time. The Briton reiterated the fact that he would not let himself be defined by the adversities he goes through and that the Abu Dhabi GP drama had, despite being the reason he lost faith in the motorsport for a while, only given him extra motivation to come back onto the circuit stronger and more determined to win than ever. How did he deal with the heartbreaking loss? The 7-time champion admitted that following the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, it had indeed been quite a difficult time for him, and while the entire F1 world was engaged in a fierce debate around the events of the race, he decided to take a step back from F1 and decided to give time to his family. The motorsport star, who was making a public statement for the first time in nearly 2 months, was oozing confidence and self-belief, saying that not only does he believe in turning his emotions into something much more productive, i.e. strength and power, but he also will try to do it, shouting out a challenge to all his rivals and especially Max Verstappen, the winner of the 2021 Drivers' Championship title. He said that if the F1 world thinks that last season was the best he had ever driven, then they will be absolutely blown away by the level he is going to bring out on the track this season. He does admit that despite the fact that he considers F1 to be the sport that he has always loved, he did lose faith in it for a brief while, but being the determined fighter that he is, he decided not to let it define his career in any way or form. And so, instead of focusing on what could have been, he put all of his mind into coming back stronger into the sport. Mercedes has revealed their new car for the 2022 season, the W13. For someone who was not in the public eye for nearly 2 months and whose retirement was being considered as a very real possibility, Hamilton showed up in strong spirits and was especially charged for his 16th campaign in the motorsport. Verstappen and Hamilton, the budding rivalry. Hamilton and Verstappen had enthralled and entertained the viewers all throughout the 2021 season with an unbelievable battle across all the 22 Grand Prix of the last season, leading to repeated clashes between the two on the track. Despite the nature of their rivalry on the track, their relations with each other remained quite respectful despite the intensity and ferocity that was seen in their title fight. This was highlighted the most when Hamilton almost immediately congratulated Verstappen after the race in Abu Dhabi reached a conclusion and went on to reiterate the fact that he did not hold anything against the promising Dutchman and the way that he had attained his maiden title. Hamilton was quick to ensure that he clarified that the controversy around the decisions had nothing to do with Verstappen and that he did everything any driver would do in his exact place. He went on to say that they will be looking forward to continuing their rivalry from the previous season and that this time around he hopes they both will learn from their experiences of the last season and use them to grow. The good-natured star said that he has no issues with Verstappen and that he is not even a person who holds grudges with anyone and does not think it is a good thing to hold on to anyways. What did Toto Wolff say about his return? Despite having said in the offseason that Hamilton was disillusioned with F1, team principal Toto Wolff said that he had not been especially concerned as to whether Hamilton would decide not to come back to racing or not. Wolff said that he believed that the legend of the sport was going to return into the fray with an even more aggressive enthusiasm once again. According to Wolff, Hamilton's decision to step back from Formula One and the social media as a whole for a short while was absolutely the right decision. He believes that the Briton has now returned with a superb mindset, determined to use the adversity he went through as fuel to become even stronger. Other F1 news. Michael Masi sacked. The governing body of the Formula One and other motorsports, the FIA, has finally reached a decision with regards to the fate of the under-fire race director Michael Masi. According to the body, they have decided to relieve him of his duties as the race director and to ensure that any further mishap similar to the Abu Dhabi GP climax does not happen again. They will be implementing a series of changes in the working structure of the race. The news was finally confirmed by the newly elected president of the FIA, Mohammed bin Sulayem, more than almost 2 months after the controversial season finale of the 2021 season in Abu Dhabi. Despite the fact that they avoided publishing the report of the inquiry into the Abu Dhabi GP, but said that they felt these changes were very vital and necessary, implies the fact that they themselves believe that the decision taken by Masi was against the FIA rules and regulations. Hamilton's view on the FIA actions. After the race, Hamilton had said that the race was manipulated by the relevant authorities after the then race director Masi clearly bent the rules, which then gave the Britons only key rival in the race a clear path towards a chance to win the race and hence the Drivers' Championship title after the deploying of a late safety car. Hamilton has received the FIA's decision positively, but ensured that he pointed out the fact that while it is indeed true that one cannot alter events of the past, no action taken in the present will be able to compensate him for how he felt at the time when the debacle actually occurred. He expressed his approval for the efforts that the governing body is clearly making to improve the circumstances under which the race is handled. He pointed out that the most important thing is to be conscious of accountability so that no one else in the sport of Formula One is harmed or hurt. Future of the sport and Massey. Massey has already been offered a new position within the ranks of FIA, while in a complete restructure and overhaul of the race control. His role as the race director will now be taken up by the duo of Eduardo Freitas and Niels Wittig. The two will alternatively act as the race director and will be assisted by Herbie Blash as the permanent senior advisor. Ben Sulayem, the president, has also revealed that from the 2022 season onwards, the sport will be employing the use of a video assistant referee, or VAR, which is quite similar to the technology seen in football. Ben Sulayem has also said that unlike before, any communication that happens between the race control and the pit wall will cease to be aired live. Ben Sulayem has chaired a vital, almost 4-hour-long meeting of the sport's major players in London, along with the presence of Massey, Wolff, and the Red Bull team principal Christian Horner. Ben Sulayem said that he presented a small part of his plan that he has envisioned for the sport under his leadership at the F1 Commission meeting. According to the newly elected president, he had proposed an extensive reform of the refereeing system and race direction, which was unanimously accepted and supported by the Formula One CEO and the team principals both. There are three main aspects to his overhaul plan, the first of which is to create an all-new virtual race control room, similar to the video assistant referee in football, that will aid the race director in making decisions of the race. The room will be present in one of the many FIA offices as a backup of sorts outside the race circuit and will be in constant real-time connection with the race director. The second aspect includes stopping the live broadcast of direct radio communications in a bid to keep any unnecessary pressure off the shoulders of the race director, who can then take decisions in peace. But this will still make it possible for questions to be asked of the race director according to a non-intrusive process that has already been set out. The third aspect is that the unlapping procedure of cars from behind the safety car will be put under review with the F1 Sporting Advisory Committee. And that's a wrap for this video. Will we see Hamilton compete at the same levels as the previous seasons? Will he finally get that elusive 8th title? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.